I got digital dash, can't ride with a op. I walk in the store and I buy the stock. I hide in the bins and pull out the lot. Got Tiffany diamond, it cost me a lot. They flying like birds, but drop on this hot. 400 degrees, I burned up the block. Burn out, make one call, they turn out. CC the gang, get the word out. When the shit getting hot, you the first out. Cover my wrist with a watch and I flood it with rocks. Now I look at the time all day. Be high, right through your block and I drop off the top. And I know you can see my face. You my dog at the end, don't care what the bitches say.
Leave a like on this video within the next 5 seconds for 2K to finally fix their servers. I would not risk it. Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Fitz back with yet another video. Today I'm coming to you guys with a great build. It's actually one of the most underrated, most rare builds in the game. And I did polls going over the most underrated builds. I've never seen a person bring this build up. And the most popular build in the game, the Playmaking Shot Creator, is extremely similar. But in my opinion, you could argue that it's better. And yeah, this is kind of like a lockdown Playmaking Shot Creator type build. You're gonna be really good at defense. You're gonna be really good at shooting. You're gonna be really good at dribbling. And yeah, it's very underrated build. I'm gonna be showing you guys exactly how to make it, like I always do, from the pie charts, attributes, height, weight, wingspan, all the way down to the takeovers and the bad setups for the finishing, shooting, playmaking, and defensive. If you guys want more rare goated builds like this, all you gotta do is smash, break, and destroy the like button. Subscribe if you're new. We're on that road to 100K. So if everybody new to the channel, hit that sub button. I really would appreciate it. But yeah, man, for today, I got y'all with the Playmaking Shot Creator, but better and extremely rare in NBA 2K21. So yeah, man, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop straight into it. Alright, so first things first, when it comes to making this build, you're going to want to go with the point guard position. Alright, next is going to be the skill breakdown. When it comes to the skill breakdown for this build, you're gonna go with the shooting and playmaking pie chart. This is gonna be the exact same pie chart that you go to make the Playmaking Shot Creator. And yeah, this is going to be the pie chart that gets you Hall of Fame shooting and playmaking. And yeah, this is gonna be your max caps for your attribute badges. Alright, next is going to be the physical profile. When it comes to the physical profile, we're gonna go with the speed pie chart. We want to be as fast as possible with this build, so yeah, you definitely want to go with the speed pie chart for this build. And alright, next is going to be the attributes. Now, this is where you're gonna be molding your build into what is the build that is extremely similar to the Playmaking Shot Creator, but a lot better, in my opinion, because of the defense. Now, when it comes to this build, you're gonna have 1 finishing, 20 shooting, 21 playmaking with 10 defensive. When we have 10 defensive, we're pretty much maxing out everything on defense. So for the 1 finishing, we're gonna have pretty much a driving layup of a 78, but a max driving dunk so that we can dunk. And having a max driving dunk on this build is actually extremely good, because at this build, we're actually gonna be able to get the part dunked, and we're gonna be able to use that 1 finishing on Showtime, which is actually extremely underrated of an ability to be able to do. But then when it comes to the shooting, you're gonna be maxing out free throw, 3-pointer, then an 83 mid-range. You have to go with that 83 mid-range to get the name of the build that we end up going with. But if you don't really care about the name, you can do that however you want. But then when it goes to the 21 playmaking, you're going to be maxing out the pass accuracy, the ball handle. You're not going to touch the post move just like you didn't touch the post fade. Then when it comes to the defensive rebounding, you're going to be maxing out interior defense, perimeter defense, lateral quickness, steal, block, offensive rebound, and defensive rebound. Now, the only thing I might not have maxed out was either offensive rebound or defensive rebound, but I feel like I maxed out every single one of those. And yeah, you're going to get 10 defensive rebound badges on this build. So that's 3 gold with 1 extra on the back end, with 21 playmaking and 20 shooting. Alright, next is going to be the height. Now, when it comes to the height for this build, we're going to go 6'5". Yes, 6'5". When it came to me making my Playmaking Shot Creator build, I actually went 6'5". Now, did I make it this exact same way? No, I did not make it this exact same way. If you want to see how I made my Playmaking Shot Creator, I posted a video pretty much going over that when it came to like the meta play shot and my play shot. Now, a lot of people, when it comes to making a play shot build right now, they like going 6'2" or 6'1" to be faster, but I don't need all that speed. I'm gonna be able to get over with my moves. I don't use the moves that everybody else use either, so that's another thing that I don't do. But yeah, for this height, I'm gonna go 6'5". It's gonna make you that much better on defense. And yeah, alright, next is the weight. Now, when it comes to the weight for this build, I actually want 178 pounds. That's gonna make you allowing you to get the max speed and the max acceleration that you really need, while also losing as little bit as possible on strength and interior defense. Because you're gonna lose, but you just don't want to lose too much. Alright, next is going to be the wingspan. Now, when it comes to the wingspan for this build, we actually gonna have max wingspan. Yes, max wingspan. Now, this is the distinct difference between my build and this build. Now, my build, it didn't have like an 83 mid-range. It had max mid-range, max 3-pointer, so my mid-range is gonna be higher than this build also, but I didn't go max wingspan. I went so I was able to have an 85 3-pointer. I feel like having an 85 3-pointer off rip is actually really good. But if I would have made the build now, I probably went with this, because on my slasher build, I only have an 81 3-pointer at 99, and I shoot better on that build than I do on my play shot, which is crazy. The only thing about that build is just not as fast in the pick and roll, because this build has Hall of Fame, you know what I'm saying, playmaking. But yeah, less on that, more on this. So when it comes to the wingspan, we're going to be maxing it out. That's going to allow us to have an 83 3-ball. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have a 67 drive and dunk. So at 99, we're going to have a 71 drive and dunk. So you only need to 70 drive and dunk to be able to get the park dunks. So yeah, now you have the park dunks. Now you can use your showtime. Now, and it's a lot of other things that you can do when it comes to this build. You're going to be able to get like the alley-oop packages and stuff like that too. But yeah, when it comes to the ball handle, that's going to actually be low too. It's at an 83. I think on my build, I didn't take that -1 too. That's another thing. But yeah, when it comes to the defense and stuff like that, you're going to have a 76, a 76, a 82. Now, one thing that's going to make this build a lot better is when you hit 96, 97, 98, and 99, you can go get +1 to +4 depending on what overall you hit. +1 at 96, and then +4 all the way at 99. Depending on what overall you hit, you can get +2, +3, whatever. But yeah, I'm going to be focusing on 99. So everything you see on the screen is at +4. So like I said, driving up, that can get to a 71. 3-pointer, that can get up to a 87. Mid-range can get up to a 83. You know what I'm saying? The ball handle can get up to an 87. The perimeter defense and lateral quickness both can get up to an 80. Steal can get up to an 86. Your offensive rebound can get up to a 60. Your block can get up to a 59. And your defensive rebound can get up to a 74. Now, when it comes to the physicals, now you might think it's like slow right now, but you got to think about it. You can get +4. And if you get the gym rat badge or you get the +4 at the Gatorade facility, that's another +8. So speed can get up to a 96. Acceleration can get up to a 95. Now the vertical and strength, that's not really that important for this build. But that's why people like going 6'2", because you can be 99 speed. But in my opinion, you know what I'm saying, I'd rather have the height on a build like this, because I want the defense a little bit more. I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying, I don't really want to be like a negative on defense, because the people I play with, I gotta guard ball a lot of the time, and I don't want to be in them positions where people just getting free points. So I like my build being a little bit taller, and this is like a lock play shot, like legit. So yeah. All right, next, when it comes to the takeovers for this build, now I see a lot of people gonna be looking at that lockdown takeover. They're gonna be like, this is literally a lockdown play shot. Now, off rip, I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to the +10s, lockdown is the second best one when it comes to +10s. But in my opinion, I feel like lockdown is one of the most overrated takeovers of the game. That's just me though. That's just me. But with that being said, the only two options I would have went with for this build was Playmaker or Sharp. Playmaker is if you really want to help, if you're trying to ISO with this build, because this build can ISO. You can get the showtime with the park dunks, and you can pretty much be able to shoot really well, get +5 to 3-pointer, and take over all that type of stuff. But what I end up going with Sharp, because Sharp is just too overpowered. You know what I'm saying? Sharp is extremely overpowered. The ability to have that +10 and to shoot from anywhere on the court is just too overpowered. And yeah, Sharp takeover, the difference between having Sharp takeover and not having it on some of these builds is just crazy. Now, depending on what your build name is, I could argue that not going Sharp takeover is actually more overpowered, because people won't guard you, because people see that Sharp takeover, they know your build can shoot. So it can be argued, but for this build, people gonna know you're gonna be able to shoot on this build when they see the name. So yeah, that's going to be the takeover I end up going with. But lockdown takeover, I can see a lot of people going with that. Playmaker, shot creator, those are two good takeovers. They're kind of underrated, but yeah, Sharp takeover is what the takeover I'm gonna go with. And the build comes out as a 3-point playmaker, similar to shades of Steve Francis. And look at the similitudes, the Ball brothers, Lonzo and LaMelo. I don't think I've ever had that happen on any other build that I've ever posted. So yeah, that's low-key cool as hell, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, similar to shades of Lonzo and LaMelo Ball. And yeah, we got the rare 3-point playmaker name. I've been doing polls asking y'all for underrated builds and stuff like that, telling y'all what y'all get y'all opinion. I have been planning on dropping this for a little minute too. I just really want to see if anybody was gonna say the 3-point playmaker. But yeah, 3-point playmaker is extremely similar to a playmaking shot creator, and in my opinion, you could argue that it's better because of the defense. But yeah, that is going to be the build. All we got left to go over is the best bad setup for the finishing, shooting, playmaking, and defensive. So yeah, man, let's go ahead, hop straight into it. All right, so first things first, when it comes to the best bad setups, always is going to be the best finishing bad setup, and we have one bad grade to work with. Now, like I was going over in the video the entire time, I was talking about showtime, because when you hit 99, you're going to have a 71. If you hit 98, you're going to have a 70 driving. You're going to be able to lock the park dunks to do that. Use showtime. Now, say for instance, you're not ISOing. You know what I'm saying? There's no point in having showtime if you're not going to put the park dunks on. If you don't feel like you're going to be going for showtime and stuff like that, don't do that. That's just what I would do. That's what I would do. But, you know what I'm saying? Slowly finisher. best badge in the game, if we're not talking about Showtime or Contact Finisher, I feel like Showtime is better than Contact Finisher. Only arguable debate is Showtime. So yeah, Celebrity Finisher is going to get you the best animation possible for every single situation. If you look at my layup video, you're going to be put in the right bag. And yeah, Celebrity Finisher, 100%, you know what I'm saying? The best badge to go with for the bad setup for this build. You could also go with Showtime depending on your play style. All right, next is going to be the best shooting badge setup for this build. So we have 20 badge upgrades to work with. So first badge I'm going to be putting on is range extender. It's going to be extending my range and making that much easier to shoot within my range. And that's going to be a really, really good badge to have on for a build like this, especially in sharp takeover. So yeah, range extender Hall of Fame, it's going to be really good. Hot zone hunter, when you get hot zones, it's going to be extremely easy to shoot in comparison to without hot zones. When you get hot zone hunter on top of that, it becomes even easier because your make percentage goes exponentially higher, making your green window exponentially bigger. Then when it comes to dead eye, when it comes to people closing out on you, jumping at you, it's going to reduce those shot contests to an extreme amount, and it's very, very, very important to be able to do that. When it comes to people just standing in your face stuff, not gonna really do much for that unless you have like steady shooter, but we don't use dumb badges. Then we have green machine, that's gonna be pretty much making it that much easier to green our shots consecutively and consistently. Now it's just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Now the way I feel it works, the first green window is smaller than a regular green window. The second one is pretty much going to be like 3/4 of it, and then the third one is going to be bigger than a regular green window, and you can just keep making the green bigger and bigger and bigger, because the more you keep consecutively greening, your green window gets bigger and bigger. That's simple. Then we have volume shooter. For the more shots you take, the bigger your green window is, because your make percentage keeps going up. The same thing with green machine. The more greens consistently you keep getting, your make percentage keeps going up. So even if you don't get a green, you have a really, really high chance of making that next shot. So yeah, same thing with volume shooter. As you keep taking shots, you have a really high chance of making that next shot and getting a green. But yeah, last but not least is corner specialist. Silver is the best bang for your buck when it comes to corner specialist, whether you're going hash down or going for a midi. Corner specialist is a very, very useful badge. And yeah, that's going to be the best shooting badge setup for this build. Alright, so next is going to be the best playmaking badge setup for this build. We have 21 badge upgrades to work with, and this is going to be 5 Hall of Fame with 1 bronze. So for the 5 Hall of Fame, we're going to have quick first step to be able to have the best and fastest speed glitches, possible speed boosts. But speed boost in this game is kind of bad unless you're doing like the hezzy, but you know what I'm saying? You're really doing it for the speed glitch anyway. That's going to allow you to get open for threes, mid-range, contact dunks, whatever you're really trying to do. Handles for days is going to cancel out the stamina issue in this game. Unpluckable is going to make it that much harder to get ripped. Ankle breaker is really, really overpowered. Probably the most broken badge in the game. Anytime you make a defender go to the wrong way, you know what I'm saying? It's going to pretty much take their ankles and put them in the animation. The higher tier it is, the better the animation and the longer the animation. Then we have Floor General to get +4 to all our teammates' attributes, and that's a very, very, very good badge to go along with a build, especially like the one I just dropped yesterday. But yeah, last but not least, Needle Threader. That is actually, in my opinion, probably my favorite playmaking badge right now, because it actually makes your passes way harder to get stolen and your passes a lot faster, and that is a very, 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 very good combination. So yeah, Needle Threader, I would love to have it a lot higher, but we only had 21 badge upgrades to work with for this build. But yeah, that's going to be the best playmaking badge setup for this build. Alright, and last but not least is going to be the defensive rebound badge setup for this build. We have 10 badge upgrades to work with. So we have 2 gold with 4 bronze. So for the 2 gold, we have Chase Down Artist gold with Interceptor gold. Now, if you want to go gold clamps, that's up to you, but I don't really agree with going gold clamps unless you're getting, I don't really agree with going above bronze clamps, should I say, unless I'm going Hall of Fame clamps. Hall of Fame clamps is the only one I feel like is a need to go above bronze. Now, is bronze as good as silver or gold? No, but I feel like just wasting those badge points when I can use it on a badge like Chase Down Artist, it's just a lot better on Chase Down Artist gold than it would be at gold clamps. And I'm gonna still get the bumps I'm gonna get at gold with bronze. It's just not gonna make them pick up their dribble as much. So yeah, I'm gonna just stay with bronze for now. And for my defense, I've used bronze clamps on all my builds. If you know how I rock on my builds, I go bronze clamps, bronze intimidator, and bronze pick dodger with gold interceptor. Now, why do I go gold interceptor? You can go silver or gold interceptor. You just don't want to go bronze or no interceptor. Silver or gold is really good, but gold is better than silver, so I ended up going with gold. So yeah, that was my reason for that. But if you want to go silver interceptor with silver rim protector, you can. But I went with gold interceptor to be in them lanes, give as many catches and many steals as possible in the passing lanes, whether it's a tip or a catch. It's that simple. Then when it comes to intimidator, that's going to give me the best shot contest on the perimeter or in the interior. I don't go above bronze on the guards or the bigs. It's just my thinking. Now, on the guards, I could actually argue going to max every single time. I could argue that. I would 100% probably say that if you're a regular person, I would do that, because you're just not going to know what to do on defense. But me, my defense, I know what I'm doing on defense. I know how to even go through screens a lot easier than a lot of people. I've seen people top locks, not be able to go through screens, not know what to do when it comes to going against screens. But yeah, I feel like I'm gonna be perfectly fine with bronze for the whole year. I've been doing this since before next gen, all that. So yeah, I'm still doing it to this day. But yeah, pick dodger, you want that on bronze so that people can't like use the iron wall badge, so that you can actually get that part badge to cancel out iron wall. But also having it on bronze is actually very, very good to be able to slip through screens and stuff like that. Then we have rim protector to pretty much improve your blocking ability, help your teammates take over whenever you get blocks, enhance other badges like intimidator and chasing down artists, which I haven't went over yet. It's also going to be doing a lot of different things. It's going to be unlocking special block animations that you can't get anywhere else. So yeah, rim protector does a lot. I probably didn't even go over everything that rim protector does. And last but not least is going to be chase down artists. I actually went up gold on that. Now, when it comes to bronze chase down artists, you unlock the chase down block animation. So you could have just stat at bronze if you wanted to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's very simple to do that. But what I ended up doing, I ended up going gold, because once you go from silver to go to Hall of Fame, you just start to run faster and jump higher, much higher and much faster on these chase down block animations. And at gold, it's extremely, extremely good. So yeah, that's my defensive rebound badge setup for this build. You can go with a lot of different ways. You can go gold intimidator, gold clamps, gold interceptor, gold intimidator, gold interceptor, gold clamps. You can go a lot of different ways. Even gold pick dodger could be very, very good. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually another one I thought about going with, gold pick dodger, but the other one I'm always go with is gold interceptor for sure. That's just my play style. But yeah, that is going to be the best bad setup. That is going to be the best playmaking shot creator build, but better and extremely rare in NBA 2K21. So yeah, I show you guys every single way to go about this build, pie charts, attributes, all the way down to the height, weight, wingspan, takeover, and the best match setup for the finishing, shooting, playmaking, and defensive. So yeah, man, for that alone, go ahead, leave a like on this video, smash breaking, destroy the like button, subscribe if you new. We on everyone to 100K. So if everybody new to the channel, hit that sub button. I really, really would appreciate it. Turn on post notifications, be the first to every single my video. Share this video to anybody as well. But yeah, man, it's your boy Fitz, man, and I'm about to be, man.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!
Alright, before we go too far into this video, I want to make sure to go over this. Now, we were at 4.2%. We're all the way up to 9.7%. But still, 90% of y'all that are watching my videos aren't even subscribed. I know y'all mess with the videos. We finna be going so crazy, so you might as well hit that sub button. It's that simple.